this is Heidi, aka Idaho Scrapper, here with Idaho Scrapbook Show. I'm here today to show you how to do some wet embossing. I will do a video on dry embossing, but today we're gonna use the powders and stamp pads, and you'll need a heat gun to do this. And so I was going to do two different ones, a sentiment and then also more of a decorative stamp. So what I have here is I have the static free cloth from Sparkle and Sprinkle, and this you just you kind of blot it on, and it has some powder in it, and what it does is it removes static from the paper so you don't end up with embossing powder stuck somewhere that you don't need it. Then I have a Versamark stamp pad and an acrylic block, and I'm going to start with my decorative stamp and I just stick it on here. This one has not been used, so I'm going to season it. You can either rub a pencil eraser on it, or you can rub it on the back of your arm, which is what I usually do to make it so that it's ready to take ink. So the first thing I'm going to do is press it into the Versamark stamp pad, and then I am stamping on a stamp pad. It's a Versamark stamp pad. It's 12 by 12, and I'm just going to press this onto my sheet of paper here. And you can barely, I don't know if you can see it at all, but there's just a little stamp impression that you can see there. And I'm going to use Bullfrog embossing powder. It's from Sparkle and Sprinkle also. It's a very pretty green, and you're gonna sprinkle it over the top of this stamped image. And be generous, because you can put all of this back. And then what I like to do is I like to put it over just a regular sheet of paper. And tap it, and then I'll set this aside and I can dump it back into my jar. So this is what I'm left with right now, and if I just let it dry, this powder is all going to come off of it. So this is going to get kind of loud, but it's a heat gun, and I'm just going to point it at my paper here, and it takes a few seconds and it'll melt it and it'll stay stuck to the paper. So here we go. And there is the wet embossed image of the little leaf vine. And then I'm going to add a sentiment to that, a small one. And this is these are from Close to My Heart. It's called A Little Love Petite Perks. And I'm going to use For You From Me. And I'll stick this where I want it to go. Actually, no, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use Thanks So Much. It fits inside that vine better. Sorry about my arm there. I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to adhere it to my block. And this one hasn't been used yet either, so I'm going to condition it by rubbing it on the back of my arm, and then I will stamp it into the ink here. Same Versamark ink, and then just press it down nice and firm onto your paper. This one I'm going to use, it's called Princess Rose, and and be generous. And this on this piece of paper. And again, we'll do the embossing heat gun. Here we go. And that is it. They are both embossed there. It's a nice touch if you're just looking for a little bit. It's really nice to add. And then I just kind of brush off the little bits there. And there you have it. That is heat embossing in a nutshell. Thanks for joining me. Please follow us on Facebook and our Instagram. And you can sign up for our newsletter at idahoscrapbookshow.com. Thank you.